Okay, so tell me, it took so long because you needed to raise the money. What was the principal expense in the film? Because you already had the footage.
We needed the rights for the music.
Music rights. And editing, post-production is a very expensive process. You know, just editors cost money, editing facilities, sound, all that is money. You know, people have all been trying to be, the nicest they can with pricing and all, because they knew it's a small non-profit documentary, but still, people need to be paid, and editing just takes a long time. One person, actually Josh Levine, was fabulous, and he produced our trailer, and it's an amazing trailer, and he did it for free, and he got this amazing trailer house, Winston Davis, to give their facilities, but that was 2 days. So, trailer is a fascinating, people were happy to do it for us, but editing, that's months, it takes too much time, so all that is money, and just our time of being there and not doing anything else. You have to feed people, it's always money.
How long did it take once you got the money?
Not much.
Oh, you got the money in little drips and drabs.
It was just a little bit, and then we would cut a little bit. Get a little bit money, cut a little bit. Every time we would move on, we had first 18 minutes. Then we moved on to having like a 3-hour rough cut. Then to start shrinking. Every time we get a little bit money, we shrink a little bit more until it got to the final length, which is, these 80 minutes. But, oh my God, just you fundraise a little, you work a little.
So. I think what we learned from this movie is, I came to this town wanting to make the Hollywood movies, studio movies, the commercial movies, and then I fell in love with this little old lady that reminded me what the passion of life really is, and that's finding something you really like and following it, even if it doesn't have an audience, but because it's important and it's relevant, and it has an urgency. So I think even though every time I said, that's it, I'm over with this movie, I kept going back to that urgency.
Right.
And also I realized, by seeing that play for the first time and being so moved by the language, the sound, and it was all fun to me. It wasn't something I grew up with. I realized, it's something that is very important. Because it moved me without me knowing anything about it. It must have a relevancy.
Right. Now, tell me about Women of the Wall.
Women
it's called, the movie's called Praying in Our Own Voice. It's our new movie that is now starting the festival, Circuit. And it's a fascinating film it's a documentary. Again, very controversial. It was produced by us and directed by Yael Katzir, who's a producer of the Yiddish film.
And my mom.
Yeah, that's your mom.
It's a family project. And it's just a poignant and controversial story of the women of the wall, the women who are fighting to get the right to pray out loud at the Wailing Wall. And it's just fascinating because it's really about the feminist struggle in Israel.
Wait, they can't pray. There's a men's section or a women's section.
They don't want to pray.
They don't want to pray. Pray out loud.
No,
they can pray out loud. They can't read from the Torah, isn't that it?
The thing is that these are both Orthodox and conservative. Most of them are Orthodox and conservative, but there's also a few Reformed. And basically, they want to read from the Torah.
Yeah, that's what they can do.
And the whole thing is that
out loud.
And it's right now it's a debate in the whole Jewish world about the rights of women, and there's women that want to read from the Torah. And we interviewed a lot of people. I think the minister, I think the minister of religion. I'm not sure if he was at the time the minister of religion, but he was one of the ministers from Shas. So on the one hand, he said there is a problem with that. On the other hand, we were told that in Morocco there was also women, and this is about 100 years ago, that also wanted to read from the Torah. So apparently it's not a new struggle, only today in the media world, it's a struggle that has become more vocal. What can women do and what can women not do? So it's not about women wanting to pray in the men's section, it's wanting to pray in their own section, but
read from the Torah
what is the attitude of the establishments towards that? So I think it's a very interesting question. It's a religious question, but it's a philosophical question.
Did you get some great? I mean, did they get pelted with like rotten fruit or anything?
Yeah,
did you get some footage like that?
Oh yeah,
it became a very big issue. The funny thing in Israel, the fight is between religious and secular Judaism. So in Israel, that movie didn't resonate as much as we thought it would, because people said this is an argument just within the religious world and inside itself. I thought it's an interesting question. I think in Israel, I think it's sad that there's this whole debate between you can either be you're either Orthodox or non-practicing Orthodox. There's nothing in between. It's funny, I was very secular coming to this country. I think because nobody tried to force me, then I started finding my own roots and both my cultural roots, my religious roots. So I've become very interested both in Jewish culture, Jewish religion, and Jewish conflict within itself.
Okay, great. This is awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.